on, everybody? Ben Ward, your social media and community relations manager here at North Georgia Toyota. So we are with Josh Hurtado. Did I pronounce it correctly?
It's Hurtado.
Hurtado, okay. So we got Josh here. We're going to kind of get to play a little game of 21 questions with our salesmen. So kind of an opportunity for our customers and our guests to get to know our salesmen on a human and a personal level. When you guys come here and shop at North Georgia Toyota, we want to make sure that your customer service experience is the best, and kind of get to know our salesmen in a certain way, and to kind of get to know them as individuals, because whoever you want to do business with, you're going to be spending a lot of time with our salesmen. Mm-hmm. So Josh, you have the floor with our little 21 questions game we'll have here. But before we kind of kick off the game, let's talk about yourself a little bit. Where you're from, or what, like, you know, like a little origin story about you, like a couple sentences.
So starting off, my actual name is Josué Hurtado. That's my name. From Mexico, both my parents. But I was born here in Dalton. Been here all my life. I go by Joshua. Where did that start? I have no idea. I have cousins that have called me that since I was born, so I have no idea really. But it's same thing for me. Josué, Josh, it doesn't matter. Big into anything competitive. I really do not care what it is. If somebody wants to play me in something, as long as you tell me what I got to do, I enjoy it. Lately, it's just been golf, soccer. I like to play video games. I have a PC.
What do you like to play? Like, what's your favorite kind of games you play?
I'm huge into just first-person shooters. But I will say EA, which is soccer, and that's because, you know, you just play with your friends. But if I have to just play something like, say, with one person or whatever, I like playing anything that's kind of like almost puzzly.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, a co-op type of game. I think those are really fun too. But I don't spend too much time on that anymore. I do prefer to be outside, or, you know, go with friends. I do like to have a drink here and there. But that's pretty much the gist of me, man. I mean, I think just to end that off, traveling is my biggest thing. That is why I work. I do not have kids. I'm not married. So if I ever end up talking to any of the potential customers, that is probably the one thing I'm going to bring up is I like to know where people have gone or where they wish they could go.
Yeah.
And then I talk about my personal experiences and where I think is some of the nicest places. So for me, traveling, that's what life's about to me.
Yeah, traveling's fun.
I enjoy it, man. It's so awesome to see the world.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I know you always tell me some of the great adventures you go on.
Yeah.
Whenever when you take some vacation time. Yeah. They're really cool. You went to Spain recently.
I did. I just came back from Spain and Germany. I went to Oktoberfest, and then in Spain I got to see my favorite soccer team, Barcelona. I got to see them in their home stadium, so it was quite the experience, to say the least.
Oh, for sure. Isn't Atlanta's going to be doing the World Cup in the future?
Yeah, I got some tickets for that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
My short little story about that. My buddy, his name's Eliel, actually. Shout out my boy. He just texted me. I was with some customers, so I actually wasn't looking at the group chat, but he sent me a text, and it just said, hey, send me $440 or $441 if I remember correctly. I didn't even look or ask him. I just got on Zelle and I sent him the $441. Maybe about 15 minutes later, I finally get a chance to look at the group chat, and then I'm starting to read it, and he sent in there, hey, first 4 people to send me $441 get to go to the game. So he just reached out to me directly. I guess he wanted me to go, and without a second guess, I mean, he's never asked me for money, so whatever he needed it for, I was like, here you go, man. Here's a $441.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's cool. I would love to hear about that experience when you go, man. And I'm sure it's going to be a great time.
I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Well, that is getting to know a little bit about Josh before we play the game. So 21 questions, get to know your salesman. So with Josh here. So Josh, let's talk about your start with the car business. How did you get your start here at North Georgia Toyota, or car business in general, man?
Yeah, so actually somebody else you guys might be hearing from, his name is Salud Hernandez, good friend of mine. We were working at Sprint together, if anybody remembers that. It's a cell phone company.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me now? Good.
So I was there for 3 years working.
Well, that was Verizon, man. But he eventually went to Sprint, though.
So Sprint, right? That's who we were. It was here in what are we, East Walnut or West Walnut?
Oh, we're in North Georgia's East Walnut,
Okay.
but it's in West
So
Walnut.
it was in West
Yeah.
Walnut. It was in that Kroger area. And towards the end of my third year, we actually got bought out by T-Mobile.
Yes.
So T-Mobile is switched over to T-Mobile, and when that happened, I honestly was I was already drained. I was kind of just over the cell phone business. It was too repetitive, too much of handling little issues.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, I was already finishing up with school and everything, so I was looking for what was next. I was working almost every Sunday, and I love playing soccer, and that's the one day I play, right?
Yeah.
So it got in the way of that a lot too. But he just told me, he was like, hey man, Paniagua used cars, right? It was Paniagua Auto Mall. He was like, they're hiring if you want to go check it out. And I actually knew of a guy that worked there, so I just reached out to him. He said, come by. I did. Got the job. That's also where I met Joel Guzman. He works
Yes.
here. There's a lot of us that came from Paniagua Auto Mall. I'm gonna say that here at Toyota.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But so that's where I went, and selling used cars, kind of peak COVID time when everybody was like pretty much buying used cars.
Yeah.
So I went over there, got the job, and then right after that, I gave him about 2 years of my time. And, used car dealerships, they have a reputation for a reason, I'll say that. The owner's a great guy, I will say he's a great guy. But two of my friends came over here as salesmen, and I think the opportunity presented itself, so I came by. I have a brother that used to work here as well.
Okay.
As a salesman. And then I just came by. I talked to Ricardo and Jesse, and I guess because I want to say it's mainly because of my brother, because they knew him. I got the opportunity to at least try and prove myself here. So I just completed 2 years in October.
No God.
I will say fastest 2 years ever. Now, even when I get like my yearly calls to call my customers, I'm like, how was that a year ago?
Right.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost my 2-year anniversary too in April.
It
It's
flies.
like it flies.
It flies, man.
When you're having fun, time flies.
Yeah,
That's
for sure, for
yeah.
sure.
Every time I'm here in North Georgia, it's like I'm always looking forward to being here.
I don't have
So-
any complaints myself, man.
Yeah.
The team is great.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, how would you describe yourself in 3 words, Josh?
3 words. I would say very respectful. I definitely, doesn't matter who or what the scenario is, I try to be as respectful as possible with even the minor things. It's just the way my family taught me. I would say maybe class. Try to have class in absolutely everything I do, whether it's the matching the clothes I'm wearing, the way I speak, the way I present myself. It's a big reason why I go to the gym and things like that. I try to be as presentable as possible at all times. And that being said, I mean, a stud. Not so much in the sense of my looks. I'm just going based off of my kind of like egotistical in the sense, mainly just like same thing with that competitive drive I have. Just sports, whatever the case is. I want to be the top.
Right on.
Dog, always somebody to look forward to playing with or against.
Right on, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good. What was your very first car, and what do you remember about it? I know you're pretty young, so yeah, but tell it. What was your first car?
So that's a little bit of a tough story, I will say, because I had a few cars, but I wouldn't ever call them my first car. Because it was more so like my parents being like, hey, drive this one for a little bit. And I wouldn't ever call those mine because I never paid for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
My first car that I bought myself was a 2017 Chevy Camaro. That's what I bought myself. Stick shift. Did not know how to drive a stick. But my brother worked at a dealership, and at that time he got me a good deal. Couldn't say no to it. I stalled probably like 40 times just to get home. I had my cousin follow behind me, and I stalled so much. People were beeping at me. I remember I was like probably like super red and all sweaty from how nervous I was, but ended up making it home. And then I used to live in front of an elementary school, so at nighttime I just drove up to the parking lot and I was just teaching myself that whole night how to drive.
Wow.
Man, she was pretty. I miss that car. Yeah, I do.
Oh man, my first car was the 1995 Toyota Avalon.
Ah,
So
Toyota, huh?
yep,
Nice.
and it was a good car. Then eventually I drove a 2008 Nissan Altima. So
Okay, I do like the older Nissans, that's for sure.
oh, for sure, yeah. Okay, so what is your favorite Toyota model right now and why?
At the moment, I'd have to say it's definitely going to be the 1794 Tundra.
Oh yeah,
I think
a lot of
that
power
is-
to that.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I love that brown interior. I have a Tacoma, so I think one of the biggest things is if I could have something a little bit bigger, like a Tundra. And I just like that look, man. I think it's so class. Whether you get it in any color, you know, white exterior, black exterior, don't matter. I think it looks the best. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. What's something customers would be surprised to learn about you, man?
People are always, they always get kind of like surprised when I tell them that I'm not married, that I don't have kids. I don't know if maybe I look a little older than I actually am. I mean, I am, you know, I've got to be 27, so I am at that age, there's no doubt. But I would say that's probably the biggest thing is when I tell them, no, not married, no kids, they're just kind of, oh, wow. But every single one is always like, keep it that way. And I'm like, that's probably why I'm not. Because, you know, I hear that so much. But I do look forward to the day that I get to have kids of my own. Have 8 nieces and nephews now.
Wow.
So they keep me busy enough to the point where I don't want to have kids. I'll say that. But I enjoy, you know, seeing them grow up, and I definitely want some of my own at some point. So, but that's probably the number one thing that customers definitely get surprised about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But hey, like, I'm an uncle myself too, and I miss my niece. You know, she lives out in Texas, but when every time you have those moments with your nieces and nephews like that, it's always precious times.
Yeah.
together,
Hey,
so.
my nephews have a soccer game tonight. You best believe I'm going to be there.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Do that, man. Enjoy those moments. That's for sure. They go up fast. My son's 5 years old, almost 6.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
wild.
it's wild. So, what's your go-to drink to kick off the day? I mean, obviously, we're talking about stuff for the workplace. Not alcohol. Not alcohol. If it is the case to kick off your day, then I think we're gonna have a little talk outside the camera.
Something we need to talk about. No,
So, there's
honestly,
coffee, soda, tea, whatever. Yeah.
Definitely my favorite go-to drink is Starbucks. I get a shaken espresso, classic shaken espresso, none of that flavored kind. I get a grande, and I get vanilla cold foam on top. I would prefer a little bit less of the sweetening pump they put in there, but every time I've asked for that, I feel like they read it as an extra pump, and it always comes out sweeter. So I don't really like sweet things, like as far as candy and stuff. I prefer more chips, but anyway, like my coffee, I don't want it to be too sweet. I prefer it a little bit more bitter.
Okay.
But that, man, I had one this morning. I'm telling you, it just gets me going. I'm ready to go after I drink that. So, without it, you'll see me kind of just like, don't talk to me right now, man. I haven't had my coffee.
Right. Oh yeah, coffee's a life force when you're in the world of sales.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of all of us here, like all the sales team, service. You know, Danielle makes that pot of coffee for us Monday through Friday, and the Saturdays that I work, that coffee is going.
Yeah,
so,
you have to make a few pots. No
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah, it gets gone quick.
Yeah.
Is that what you drink? That's your go-to?
Yeah, a black coffee in the morning to kind of kick off the day.
Coffee.
Then maybe like a little Dunkin' or a McDonald's, a little cream and sugar too.
Yeah, if I don't have my coffee, I'll settle for an energy drink.
Yeah. What kind of energy drink?
I think I'll settle for like a Red Bull or something. But honestly, if I can, and I can't say I always do this, but morning gym session to me is the best because there's not many people there, and it just gets the tone set for the day, right? And then, so I will say if I wake up early, then my go-to energy drink is just whatever pre-workout I'm taking at the time.
Yeah.
Just dump that in, get it going, and then I don't need a coffee, and then I'm just set for the day. So any day I can go to the gym in the morning, I just take pre-workout and I'm good to go. So
Awesome, man. Cool. Okay, so what is the coolest moment that you've had helping out a customer find the right car?
I'll be honest, man. I can't say for certain that I remember the coolest moment, but I've had more than a handful of encounters where customers have either gotten like really emotional to the point where they're like tearing up or
Yeah.
stuff. And you know you did something right when they are giving you a hug and you know they're like very grateful for everything you did for them, because there is some deals where it's definitely God's work. There's no doubt about it. There's some deals where it almost feels just completely out of pocket, like not out of pocket. It feels like out of reach, and you know it happens, and then they are very very grateful. So anytime something like that happens, it just feels a little bit different. Knowing you did everything you could to help them out, and you did.
That's awesome, Josh.
For sure.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, so when you're driving alone, or if you're on a date or something like that, what is the kind of music you like to listen to with your date?
Totally different scenarios,
so yeah, or like the woman just controlling the radio for you.
No,
but,
don't touch my radio. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, if I'm by myself, man, it depends on my tone. It depends on what's going on, you know, but lately I've been listening to a lot of Brazilian funk. I don't know if you know
Brazilian
about that.
funk?
Yes. Funk spelled Phonk.
Oh, that kind of that kind of funk.
It's
I know
like
the
that.
FONK, but like
that kind of music. Like that gets my gym mood going.
okay.
If not that, then honestly, I listen to pretty much everything except for country. Not that I have anything against it, I just don't listen to it. But if it plays, I don't, ever say, hey, change it.
Yeah.
So my music kind of all over the place. My number one song lately has been, I would probably say, it's actually, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's a Michael Jackson song, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, a little weird. It pops up. You Rock My World, Michael Jackson.
You Rock My World, Michael Jackson.
I've just been jamming to that lately. It's a little bit of a longer music, I don't know. It just gets me going as well.
Yeah.
So that's been it lately.
No, yeah, you can't go wrong with a little Michael Jackson.
Hey, Chicago's another one that I listen to all the
like
time.
the band or
No,
yeah,
Chicago by Michael Jackson.
Oh, Chicago.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't think I ever heard of Chicago by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's another one, man. I think you should give it a listen.
Okay, because I'm from Chicago and I don't know. I never even heard the song Chicago by Michael Jackson.
Check, man, you're making me. Yeah, it's Chicago by Michael Jackson.
No way. Okay.
And I will say, actually, do you have Spotify?
We got a Spotify account with us.
Yeah.
Here,
So
yeah.
okay, so Spotify does the annual rap, right? So like your yearly rap.
Yeah.
And Chicago was number one on my most listened to songs. Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm about to listen to the Chicago. I grew up in a Christian home too, so
Yeah.
I was kind of limited to some of the music I listened to, so I'm musically illiterate. If I hear it, I will know what it could be.
Yeah.
But there are some artists and musicians, I'll be like, whoa, who's that? And like, how can you not know they've been around for this amount of time? Like, well, sorry, I just never really grew up with certain music. So if you play it for me, I'm like, oh, okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Like I probably heard it in the realm of music, so yeah.
I completely know what you're talking about, man. I remember I'm the baby of my family. Right?
So am I,
I have 3 siblings.
Okay.
2 sisters, 1 brother. But anytime that we were like at a quinceañera, which is like 15 for, like a girl turning 15, you throw a big party, stuff like that. Anytime that we were at a quinceañera or a wedding or something, and certain songs were playing, I'd be bopping my head, tapping my foot, and my siblings would be like, "You like this song?" And I felt almost forced to be all like, "No, it's just a good beat, But in reality, I was like, "I like this music. I kind of want to get up and start dancing to it, But I guess just the way I was, the people I was around when I was younger, how religious they were and everything, it felt like a sin. To like that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I did like it. I was. Yeah, nice. I like this. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, for sure, man. What is your, according to ChatGPT questions here, but we're still making the original question, like, what's your guilty pleasure snack that you keep in your glove box? But like really in general, it's really asking, what do you like to eat? What's your favorite snack? Or food, or both, whatever.
Man, it's because
there's too much to choose from. Choices are.
I love food, man.
So do I.
I do love food, but I will say, like, I do try to be as healthy as I possibly can. Honestly, like, it's just something that I want to do. So anything, if it's a snack, I love fruit. Like just in general, I love eating fruit. So if I have anything fruit related, I'll take that. But if not, I like me like a nice, Twix bar. I like Kit Kats. I like the crunchy type of, like the wafers and stuff. Those are my go-to chocolates for sure. Or I just whatever protein bar that I have. But those are always like, they have to be like super sweet for me to enjoy.
Yeah.
If not, it's just like I'm eating clay, and I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Every time, like, I'm thinking about Twix.
I love Twix.
Yeah. I know
you're right.
I'm gonna go with the right.
I'm a left kind of guy, man.
Hey, that's what makes Twix special. But I think that I think it's like you're younger than I am, so like I remember the show Seinfeld. Did you ever watch Seinfeld?
I've seen clips of it like on social media, like Facebook, TikTok, stuff like that.
Okay, well, so have you ever seen the Twix like clips about?
No.
Okay, I highly suggest because you work in car sales, and there's an episode. I think Netflix has every season of Seinfeld too. I'll have to find it for you, but it's the episode where Jerry and George and Elaine. I don't think Kramer was in this particular episode, but there is a Twix episode where George is getting his car serviced, I think, and Elaine's boyfriend David Puddy is a car salesman. So Jerry and Elaine are off with Elaine's new boyfriend David's trying to sell a car with them, but the side story of George is getting his car serviced, or while he's getting shopping for a car, he wants a Twix, and there's a service advisor or a mechanic that bought the last Twix. It's a funny episode, so I'll find out for you after the show.
Yeah,
and
so I can watch it.
You should watch it. You are gonna laugh. And it's like it's so relatable too. And George basically gets to the point to the general manager about Twix. He's making that big of a deal. We'll find that episode
Twix is
later.
worth it, man. I love me a nice Twix.
Yeah, you're gonna love Twix. If Toyota made a vehicle named after you, what would it be, and what would you specialize in it?
Wow.
I know it's a kind of a deep question.
Okay, so I mean, if it's all hypothetical. So for me, if they made a vehicle named after me, the name would have to be something cool, something unique. I'll go with my gamer tag, Profeta, which basically just means prophet in Spanish. Where did that come from? I don't know, man. I was in high school, But Profeta, that's my gamer tag. That's what I would probably name it. And then I would want it to be, man, like the sickest Batmobile type of like F1, just a fast, cool looking car that's not like, did you see that they're making a new Supra?
Yeah.
That new one that they're making, and how crazy that looks, like $200,000 or something along those lines. Have you seen that?
No.
So Ben was showing me the other Ben.
Yeah, Ben Brooker.
Yeah,
yes.
Ben Brooker. Yeah. He was showing me, and I was like, dude, that thing looks so crazy. So it would be, I would want something like, fast. I wouldn't want something off-roady, nothing like that. Nah, man, I want to go fast.
Yeah.
So I would say that for sure.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
What life lesson or personal value guides the way you treat your customers?
It's got to be do unto others how you would want done unto you. So again, this all goes back to how I was raised, and even just lately in life. If you take a step away from a lot of things that a lot of people kind of like, mainly my age, I should say, that is going on. If you just kind of like try to think about your personal growth outside of just like your career, but like just being a better person in all kinds of ways, it's got to be that. So, life lesson. It's that simple. I would say, So for me, although our managers want us to be, like reaching out to our customers and stuff all the time, that's probably my biggest bonus is my customers always mention that I'm not reaching out to them over excessively, that I'm not being pushy or anything of that sort. Because if somebody was doing that to me, I would be very bothered by it. So to me, it's that you treat someone the way you want to be treated, and you'll get good things out of it. Make sure you always go take that extra step for them, because a lot of people don't really know what's going on, or a lot of people expect something totally different than what we do here. I don't know if it's experiences, I don't know what the case may be, because I've never actually done car shopping. I've always just, my brother worked at a car dealership, so I just dealt with him. I've worked at car dealerships, so I just know what I know. I've never actually gone to a dealership to know people's experiences. That, from what I get, seems to be kind of a nuisance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you treat them the right way. You make sure you answer certain questions. Anything that you can kind of see bothering them, you just be like, hey, let's wait a second. Let me try to explain that a little bit in deeper detail.
Yeah.
Just to give them a better sense of what we got going on here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Who taught you the most about hard work or customer service?
As far as hard work goes, man, it's going to be the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it all the time from everybody, work hard. And there's no doubt about that. Your managers will always say that kind of stuff to you. But for me, it's definitely God, right? So I grew up in a very religious family, and I have people here. You guys will meet Joel at some point.
Yes.
So Joel I met him when I went to Peniagua. And to me, he's been a big mentor as far as related to God goes. He always, talks to me about the Bible and verses.
Yeah.
Anything I ever bring up, he goes very into detail with that, and it's very helpful, right? So you always got to work hard, and then you will get rewarded for it. Doesn't matter what it is. You always work hard. And then what was the second part of that question?
It was, or the work hard or customer service. So
Customer service,
yes.
Man. So I was right out of high school and I got into selling phones, right? Shout out my brother-in-law. That's the only reason I got that job. But guys, it's who you know. I'll say that. It's who you know.
It's always about
who you know. So my brother-in-law got me the job, and that being said, I knew nothing. I was shy in high school. I believe so. My friends are like, dude, you're not shy.
Yeah.
I believe I'm a little bit on the shyer side, especially during high school time. But either way, so I didn't know, how to talk to somebody properly, or but you just got to do it, man. You just, you build up the courage, you just start speaking to people, blah, blah, blah. It goes one thing to the next. And then over time, basically what it comes down to is you're making a friend.
Yes.
So, you just start talking about whatever you can bring up into conversation, and it just leads to one to the next, and then it's that easy.
Right on, man. Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
How do you make car buying process easy for customers of all ages? And
Yeah.
you are young,
Yeah.
so you are well into the Gen Z generation, but you're dealing with customers 30, 40 years older than you,
Yeah.
and also your age group, and maybe a little younger than you. The Gen Alpha is about to start driving soon.
Really?
So, and that's scary. That's
I don't
my
know.
son's generation. He's 5.
Oh,
but
is he Gen Alpha?
Yeah, he's Gen Alpha.
Oh,
So
okay.
Gen Beta just started this year.
See, I don't even know I don't know Gen Zs. I don't even know who's who. Millennials.
I know. When you're marketing, you
What
have
am
to. So you're Gen Z.
Okay,
so
Gen Z?
yeah, you're Gen Z.
Cool.
So you're the older Gen Z. So yes.
Well, the buying process is definitely going to be. It's relatively the same for everybody. I mean, it's not like it changes per customer, but not everybody knows what it's like. The older generation, of course, they've bought many cars, so they know kind of how it goes. And then the newer generation, like I said, man, they don't like that pushy stuff, man.
Right,
so
yes.
you gotta know your market. You gotta know who you're talking to. You gotta know how they are. And the biggest thing is when you first meet them, you gotta get a grasp of that within the first 5-10 minutes.
That's right.
Who is this kind of person? How are they? Are they more towards themselves? Are they more open? You get people that they don't really like to talk. They need a car, but they're not really open like that. And then you get some people that are super outgoing, and you got to be able to handle each one differently. So I would say just kind of adapt to who you're speaking to. Get to know your customer, and don't overwhelm anyone. If they don't, if they want to just get straight to the point. All right, let's get straight to the point. If they seem a little bit more open, you can make a little bit more jokes and stuff. Always try to do that. If they're more to themselves, just be like, hey, man, I understand this can be a little bit, out of the ordinary, but I'm here to help. I'm just here to help.
Yeah.
You know, let me make this easy for you. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is the funniest or strangest thing you have ever found in a trade-in?
This thing that I've found in a trade-in. I really couldn't say, man. I don't think anything I would find to be really strange. I most of the time make people like, hey, make sure you clear this out. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know, while we're looking at it, I'm like, hey, like, you know, after they've done their thing, I kind of just go in and I do a double take and I look at most places that most people leave things because, you know, over time you kind of get an idea of where people typically don't remember to check.
Yeah.
And you just check. There's been a handful of times where I've been all like, hey, you forgot your sunglasses. And they're like, oh, I can't believe I forgot to check that. And I'm like, yeah, most people do, you know.
They're going to walk away and wear them.
Yeah, garage holders is another one. They always forget that or door openers.
Yeah.
They always forget about that. And I'm always like, I go in and I do a double sweep and I'm like, hey, you might want this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So weird things, man. I mean, you know, nothing really comes to mind.
Okay, so the next question is talk about taking a dream road trip right now. You already are living the dream as like some of these great places you already traveled, but what is more things that you would love to travel to or dream road trip? What Toyota are you bringing with and where are you heading right now?
Okay. I'll just go based off the question because if it was just like a trip, you know, it'd be a crazy thing, right? So just road trip. If I was on a road trip, man, honestly, give me a Sequoia.
A Sequoia. You know, that was Keith's answer, I believe, in the last one.
So I was going to lean towards Sienna, but if I want to hit like some crazy roads, yeah, I'll take the Sequoia for sure.
Where are you going, man?
Yeah, so if it's road trip, man, I've done a lot of traveling outside of the United States.
Yeah.
In the United States, I've never hit West Coast. I've honestly never even hit like mid areas. I've never gone into any of those areas. So I would take like the big road trip, the standard stuff that's going to lead you to Grand Canyon, Oregon, you know, Yellowstone, all those places. I'm going to hit that. And then maybe I'll work my way down to Mexico and just see how far I can go. Maybe even go all the way down to Patagonia or something. You know, if I can make it.
Yeah.
And it's not because the car's not going to get me there.
Yeah.
The car would have no issue getting me there.
Yeah.
But that would be a crazy trip, man. Yeah. So if you want to sponsor me, let me know.
Oh yeah, sponsor Josh. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. Josh, what does the North Georgia community mean to you?
To me personally, man, it's a huge thing because you get to see it all. I'll be honest. You know, you have your Hispanics, you have you know, white people, black people. You get it from everywhere. I'll be honest with you. I've sold to a ton of people from different places, and I love that. I love that in our community. You get to meet so many different types of people from so many different places, and you know, everybody has a story. Just for example, the guy I last sold a vehicle to yesterday, I didn't come in, but he came to pick it up yesterday. So I met him Wednesday, and I'm just talking to him like this is what's so cool to me, right? People come from all over the place. People have stories where, like for you came from Illinois, and now look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy if you just get to talking to people. And this guy, for example, he says so for Cardinals, Louisville Cardinals, whatever.
Yeah, that's in Kentucky basketball team.
Yeah. So all I know is Cardinals. I know I've heard it before, and I know Louisville. Like I know I've seen it and heard it before. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the sports like that. But his dad made the carpet that is in their gym room.
Oh wow!
Or gym floor, or something like that. He said he was like, yeah, he made that, and it's still there to this day. And I'm like, I can say I met the person that was involved with that.
Yeah.
That's some like it's crazy that if you just I would have never known had I not asked.
Yeah.
So to me, the community is a huge thing, man. And just try to give back when you can. You do a great job at that.
Oh, thank you.
You're always involved with our community. You're always trying to get us involved with it. So it's definitely cool, man. It's cool to be involved with the people that you basically grow up around. So
yeah,
man.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Shout outs to you for sure.
Thank you, Josh. Okay. So, Josh, what are you grateful? What are you grateful for today?
Today. Okay. So for today, I believe I'm most grateful for my mindset. I'll say that. I think I'm very grateful for the person that I've been able to be daily. Always trying to be better. And that has been my biggest thing this year is personal growth. Like I was telling you earlier, a lot happened this year for me to want to be a better person.
Yes.
And I got to say that that's definitely what it is. Another thing that I am very grateful for today is actually a buddy of mine. His name is Uziel. I was talking about him Wednesday night. We were playing poker with my friends, and he lives in Texas now. But I was just talking about him because it got brought up. And then I fall asleep, wake up the next day, and somewhere around 4 in the morning, he actually had sent me a message through Snapchat. And I opened it, and it's a video, and he had bandages wrapped all around his arm, all around his leg. He was in the hospital, and I thought it was like it was a photo first and the video second. And I was like, is this real? You know, like, and I replied, and I was like, bro, like, what happened? And then he told me, he's like, yeah, man, I got T-boned on the motorcycle. And man, I'm just grateful he's still here with me because it's crazy, you know, you live far away from somebody that you're so close to, and then you wouldn't even know if something happened until it's already happened.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful he's still with us for sure.
Oh,
That's
sure.
another thing that I've been thinking about lately. You never know when your time is, man, so make sure that, you know, you live every day like it could be your last.
Let's see here. What promises? What promise do you make with your customers every day that you work with, or who you work with, or?
Yeah. So I always tell my customers that I'm going to do everything that I can to make them feel at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I make sure that they're aware when I call them as well. I always tell them, hey, whatever it is, even if it's something that you think has nothing to do with me, you let me know, and I will take care of that for you. I can give you an example. So I had a customer I sold a vehicle to, and she was very happy about it. It was a used Camry. She was very happy about this. Maybe about 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, she was messaging me saying, hey, like, my car didn't want to start or whatever about the battery. So I told her to bring it in when she can, and then she does. I was busy though. I was with customers at that time, so I couldn't really like be there when she was doing it. And then she left, like, you know, she came in and left very quickly, and I noticed it. So I called her, and I was like, hey, like, you know, what ended up happening? You know, give me an update. And then she told me. And then she told me that they were like, yeah, well, you know, they told me what it was and that it was going to cost a little bit of money. So I just told them it'd have to be on my next paycheck. And I'm like, give me some time. I'll take care of it. So
yeah,
I did. And then she came back, got that taken care of. And now I know that she, you know, that matters to them. So,
yeah.
So I always try to do that for my customers. For sure.
That's good, Josh. Yeah. So we have 2 more questions until we're done. So this is kind of a game within our 21 question game. Finish the sentence. So buying a car from me, which is buying a car from Josh, is like?
It's like catching up with an old friend.
Yeah, I like that answer. I saw that answer earlier on your paper. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like catching up with an old friend.
It is. When I'm talking to you, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah. So I think that's like my biggest trait for sure when it comes to meeting people. It could be somebody I've never met before, but I will still treat them like if we, you know, have things to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think that's the quickest way to make a friend. You know, and it's just natural. I just get curious about certain things. Or I notice something and I'll say something about it. There was a girl today in the service department wearing I don't know if you know the anime Naruto.
Oh yeah, of course.
So the Uchihas, they have like their symbol, and she had that on, and I was just like, I said something about it, you know, I just kind of like nudged that I know what it is, and then she was like, oh my gosh, you noticed it, and I was like, yeah. Another guy had a Real Madrid tattoo, soccer team tattoo on his left calf. I walked by and I said Vizca Barça, which is Barcelona, their number 1 competitor. Like that's what they're saying is. And I just walked by, I was like, Vizca Barça, and then he just turned around and kind of like laughed at me, and then I just like joked around. I was like, I'm just kidding, man, you know. That's just how I am, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why I like you, Josh. So I'm the same way too. Okay. Question 20. What do you hope people will remember you about after they drive off the lot?
I hope it's just that they, you know, can feel like they were comfortable with me. I can't really think of anything else. So as long as they just walk out knowing that they're comfortable with me, then that's good enough for me. You know, I hope that they can always feel like they can come back and ask for me directly. So
For sure.
that's it, pretty much.
Yes, sir. All right. And now here's the humorous bonus question.
Yeah.
If you could give yourself a ridiculous, cool nickname or something fun for your coworkers, because I'm going to try bringing back something like a lot of sales people do,
Yeah.
is some nicknames. So where coworkers and customers could find, other than just calling you Josh.
Yeah.
What would be a fun nickname that you would like us to start calling you?
So look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always wanted a nickname that wasn't Josh, but Josh to me is like my name, right? So I always wanted a nickname. I could never tell you what I would want people to call me.
Well, of course, we have to keep it clean.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, I wouldn't want somebody. Yeah, I wouldn't want a dirty.
We'll look for the
nickname.
jerk.
Yeah, nothing like that. So I really couldn't tell you. I mean, again, like gamer tag could be one, Profeta, El Galan, Tigre, something like, just something super casual, nothing crazy, right? Like nothing out of pocket. You know, I have curly hair. I have my uncle that always calls me Chino in Spanish, which has different meanings, but he calls it because of my curly hair. So that could also be another one.
Chino.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
It's my curly hair.
Well, friends, look for Chino when you're here, and this has been a great little interview with
Yeah,
Josh.
man, it's been fun.
Our main camera just went out of battery just now, just talking. So we're gonna end with Josh's awesome face right here at the end of this little podcast here. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching, and Josh, this is a great interview. It was fun today, man.
It's been a good time, man. I'm glad we did this.
Yes, sir. I am too. We got to know you a lot better today too.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, we'll tune in for more interviews with future salesmen. So if you guys want to buy from Chino or Josh Hurtado, if I said it right,
Close enough.
close enough. Please come on by North Georgia Toyota and ask for Josh.
I'll be here, guys.
All right. Awesome.
Yep.